All right, Shalom Akim. Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother, Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right, doing another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruchak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth. It's laboring in the word and it's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in. It's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. It's shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all. All right, Barakatham. So I was listening to these videos. I was doing some scrolling, and you know what I'm saying. And it's very clear now that we're about to get that big event. Okay, and this is exactly what the prophets have been talking about. What we've been warning about, beginning with our apostles, bishops, and elders on down, okay, that they need another September 1-1, you know what I'm saying, 01 type of event. They need another one, okay? Because let's be honest here, nobody wants to join this war. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? And for those of you who are old enough to recall the events of 2001, okay, immediately after this event took place, all right, the whole country pretty much united. The whole country felt patriotic, you know what I'm saying, after this big event. You see what I'm saying? So this could be the one that gets this ball rolling, you know what I'm saying? So I got a couple videos that I want to share. All right. And these dots are going to get connected, man. Check it out.
Hey, coming from an Army vet, you can't just walk into a military base and steal drones and drive out of the... Quick question for everybody who was in the military. What gate did they come out of with the drones? Because you can't go over the wall with it. So how did those drones come up missing? Honestly, asking as a logistics specialist who used to do inventory for all of our shit, how is it not paperwork? How is it not people working overnight, not going home or sleeping to find it? No way. We lost a drill bit and we had to do hands across base for like 2 weeks straight. You are not going to tell me that y'all just missed a drone, a few of them. Oh my God, the FBI reports that some drones just came out. So you mean to tell me the MPs, the gate guards, they would just sleep? Stop playing with us. See, y'all pissing me
off. Yeah, it's facts, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't make sense. All right? It don't make sense. It's got more holes than Swiss cheese, as Elder Malcolm would like to say. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't too long after the event of 9/11, the event of 2001. You know what I'm saying? I try to watch what I say, but back then, all right, they had more control of the media. You see what I'm saying? Back then they had more more of a grip on the minds of the people, you know what I'm saying? But not so much these days. You see what I'm saying? Because back in 2001, all right, it didn't take long for people to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We had a whole band of scientists and engineers that came and signed petitions, okay, saying that there's no possible way that it could have been melted with with jet fuel and all that stuff, man. I remember when I went to school for welding. You know what I'm saying? When I went to learn about metallurgy, I remember asking my instructor, you know what I'm saying, how much heat is required to melt steel, right? And he gave me a number. And then all I remember was Salaki. All I remember saying to myself was, "Damn, this number is way higher than 400, 400 degrees." You know what I'm saying? Or from jet fuels type of heat, because it's just crazy, man. All right, the event of 2001 was definitely something that shook the country. You know what I'm saying? Shook the world, honestly. I remember people all around the world, you know what I'm saying, in other countries that were actually in mourning. You know what I'm saying? So that was no small event, right? Let's get the next video. All right, bear with me. All right. So this right here is a real powerful one. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let this video play a couple times. But, 2 and 2 just ain't adding up. You see what I'm saying? It's clear now that there's going to be a serious event, okay, that's right around the corner. Slocky.
Get ready for it. The U.S. government's about to hit some cities, and then they're going to blame it on another country as justification for more war. How do I know this? Because you know how fucking hard it is to get a drone off base? It's practically damn near impossible, unless you are the actual operator for that drone. And you're telling me 4 ended up missing. Nah. It's coming. Get ready for it. The U.S. government's about to hit some cities, and then they're going to blame it on another country as justification for more war. How do I know this? Because you know how fucking hard it is to get a drone off base? It's practically damn near impossible, unless you are the actual operator for that drone. And you're telling me 4 ended up missing. Nah. It's coming.
All right. It's coming, man. All right, and we the prophets we're here to warn, you know what I'm saying, to give out the warning, to blow the trumpet, man. You know what I'm saying? Let you know that these devils are not playing around. All right, they're coming quick. You see what I'm saying? As it's written in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Okay, they know that I have a short time and they got to get this thing moving quickly. All right. This is Joel chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion. Sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations." All right, this thing is about to pop off, man. You know what I'm saying? And the people are just going about their daily lives, you know what I'm saying, going to work and everything like that, not realizing that this shit's about to go down. You know? That's why it says in the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, okay, that this thing's going to come as a thief in the night, man. Okay? And we were warned not to be, to be sober, you know what I'm saying, and to, let me just get that precept real quick. All right, bear with 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Okay? So it says, Verse 3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, and as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, as that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others." All right, that's the point I wanted to make. "Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober." You see what I'm saying? So we can't be walking around, just going to work willy-nilly and just, not remaining circumspect. But it's just amazing how people are still constantly doing the same thing and not standing up or not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take this major event. It's going to take, the halting of all goods, and nobody can get their money out of their banks. It's going to take that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this real quick. All right. So this devil right here, all right, is an Amalekite that goes by the name of Larry Silverstein. All right. And this is the same man who owned the Twin Towers. All right, 6 weeks before it collapsed. Okay. So, as we always say, these these devils, these Edomites, they're a one-trick pony. Okay. So what's going on in this instance? Larry Silverstein has just purchased. All right, he just purchased the U.S. Bank Tower in L.A. All right, Los Angeles, California. Okay. And he has reportedly taken insurance against terrorist attacks. And it's the same thing that he did for 9/11, before 9/11. It's the same thing that he did for the Twin Towers, or not the Twin Towers, Slovakia, for Building 7. All right, for Building 7. Okay. So there was World Trade Centers 1, 2, all right, and he owned World Trade Center Building 7, all right? And he capitalized off of that that building going down, because it went down the exact same way as the Twin Towers. All right? That's why nobody knew for the longest time. Nobody knew about Building 7. Okay? So, let's get this video real quick. All right? Bear with me.
The same man who bought the Twin Towers weeks before they went down recently bought the largest tower on the West Coast. The U.S. Bank Tower in California was recently bought by Larry Silverstein. And for those of you who don't know, Larry Silverstein was the same man who bought the Twin Towers 6 weeks before they went down. With recent FBI insights of a possible terror attack off the coast of California from Iran, the Department of War unveiling their new LUCAS drones, an exact replica of the Iranian Shahed drones. Is this their target for a false flag attack to get us back in the Middle East, just like they did 25 years ago?
Larry Silverstein famously never missed a day at work. He showed up and ate breakfast on the 91st floor of the North Tower every single day, except for 9/11. He also took out an insurance policy that covered for terrorist attacks. After 9/11, he was awarded $4.5 billion in insurance. But what do you guys think about all this?
Is this going to be 9/11 all over again? Let us know down in the comments below. My name's Jeb Ba.
My name's Aiden Nicholas.
Okay. It's the duo of justice, right? Duo of justice. Let's see. Let's go to Slovakia. Let me just look this up. Salaki. I think I'm spelling that wrong. Salaki, bear with me. Salaki. So I believe the precept I was looking for, of course, was Psalms 21, verse 11. I was thinking about something. I was thinking about the same scripture, but in a different way. So I was kind of getting that mixed up. But this is the book of Psalms, chapter 21, and verse 11. It reads, "For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform." All right. And these devils are about to they're about to get this thing on the way. You know what I'm saying? And this event is going to, it's going to speed roll it. All right.
There's some massive fucking news. I've gotten in a lot of trouble trying to talk about this. I'm Hunter Howell. I would never ever harm myself. The last video I just tried to make on this mysteriously disappeared. They don't want you hearing this because I have the dates, the timestamps, and the actual news, and it's fucking wild. Let me start. 3/11, okay, March 11th, ABC News reports that the FBI warns California of a possible drone attack from Iran. Now, 3/12, the day after, the Military Times and Fox News comes out and goes, yeah, for USA, drones were stolen in 2025 from Fort Campbell in Kentucky, more specifically November 21st. Now, where am I going with this? Well, Larry Silverstein, okay, he bought the USA Bank Tower in downtown LA for $430 million in 2020. Remember, the FBI warned of an Iran drone attack in California, and he bought this place in 2020 for $430 million. Larry Silverstein also bought the World Trade Center complex in July of 2001, 6 weeks before 9/11. Larry was paid $4.5 billion in insurance money in 2007 for all of the 9/11 attacks. Real quick, Purple Populist Show, links in my bio. I just dropped an episode last night about the Iran-USA war part 2. It's fucking great. 5-month or comment link. Check it out, link in bio. Now, Iran's drones, like the SHA HED-136, have a combat range of 1,000 miles. LA to Iran, more specifically Tehran, is 7,500 miles. The math doesn't work, okay? You cannot get one of Iran's drones to hit California. The math is impossible. And I stated that in my last video. Now, TikTok took it down. TikTok, mind you, is now owned by the largest private donor to the IDF, Larry Ellison, who owns Oracle and also donates millions to the Israeli Defense Force. They banned my first video I made on this app. Gave me a strike without reason. I tried to appeal, and then they said, nope, and they gave me a generic community guidelines without any specific substance as to what my last video did wrong. So fuck you, Larry Silverstein, just because fuck you. Fuck you, Larry Ellison. I guess I just gotta say fuck Larry. There's a lot of Larrys that gotta get fucked. I'm gonna drink this milk. You should check out the show in my bio, and if you're in the California, or more specifically LA area, just be mindful, is all I'm trying to say.
All right. So, this thing's about to happen, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 8. It says, "Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy, and say, Thus saith Yahweh, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished, to give it into the hand of the slayer." All right? This thing's about to go down, man. This is why the apostles have always said, like, yo, don't go traveling and all that stuff, man. You see what happened to these jakes? You know what I'm saying? Traveling all the way to Dubai, and then, bam, here you are stuck there. All right? Jokers traveled over to Mexico, and bam, now they stuck there. You see? And so on and so forth. So now's not the time, man. The world is at war, right? And what they about to do in California or what have you, you know what I'm saying, it's going to get the people, all right, scared shitless, to put it mildly.
Total
Donald Trump seems to have accidentally admitted that a false flag attack will happen in California in the next few days after he said at a press conference. We've had reports, terrible reports, shocking reports from the CIA that a false flag attack is being planned by the Iranians in the next few days in California, where up to 5,000 Americans could be lost whether they target a shopping mall or a sporting event, whichever Netanyahu fancies. The president was then quickly rushed off stage by his Secret Service, with many speculating that the brief the president was reading from contained information of a CIA false flag event to turn public opinion against Iran and in favor of the war. But by mistake, he accidentally read out the full thing rather than the highlighted bits, thanks to his dementia-riddled brain. White House press...
Dementia. Yeah, man. Let me get Psalms chapter 64. All right, Psalms chapter 64 and verse 8. All right, so this Psalms chapter 64 verse 8. It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away," man. All right, and here it is. Nero Trump, all right, gets up there and his tongue done fell on himself, you know. So now the plans are already leaked. You know what I'm saying? But what do? They, the narrative's already set. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really have any time to draw up any new contingency plans for an FF event. You know what I'm saying? They got to get this thing going now. All right.
We've had reports, terrible reports, shocking reports from the CIA that a false flag attack is being planned by the Iranians in the next few days in California, where up to 5,000 Americans could be lost whether they target a shopping mall or a sporting event, whichever Netanyahu fancies. The president was then quickly rushed off stage by his Secret Service, with many speculating that the brief the president was reading from contained information of a CIA false flag event to turn public opinion against Iran and in favor of the war. But by mistake, he accidentally read out the full thing rather than the highlighted bits, thanks to his dementia-riddled brain. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt then rushed to clarify the president's statement, saying, "Wow, I believe that was a rare mistake from our president. It says here that this is a completely real threat planned by Iran to be carried out by ex-Iranian nationals who were on the side of the Ayatollah." Shocking stuff. Iran is just so bad. So just to reiterate one more time, America is being caught completely by surprise on this and is in no way involved. And hold on. And neither is Israel either.
All right. So yeah, man. Just had to blow the trumpet on that. You know what I'm saying? Because this thing can break out any day, man. Any day. The beloved Elder Ashayar in North Carolina, he was getting into this was it a cyber attack? You know what I'm saying? So Russia has just tested a means to silence the internet. You know what I'm saying? Censor the internet. All right, with an internet kill switch. All right. So of course, you know what I'm saying, expect that to happen, man. Expect the internet to go down. All right, because when they get this thing popping with these FF events, they cannot allow the people to be jumping on this internet. All right, and blowing up the lid right after they just caused the event. You know what I'm saying? Because the internet, we didn't have the internet like we do today. You know what I'm saying? Back in 2001, all right, we didn't have the internet. The internet was very new at that time. I mean, very new. So nobody really had access to all this free flow of information, and you can report on this and post it, and it'd be seen by 100,000 people within 2 hours. We didn't have that back in 2001. Okay? But now we do. All right? So through this internet, this unicorn, as the scriptures say, all right, the truth will break out. You know what I'm saying? This devil would be exposed immediately. All right. Now that everyone is pretty much on your, it's pretty much caught on to you, man. And they know that you're behind all these previous events in the past. You know what I'm saying? So they got to get a hold of this internet now. All right. And I speak as a man, but I speculate that that might take place directly at the time when these FF events take place, So it'll coincide with one another. They'll probably do it simultaneously, man, as they send them drones to do their thing. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, I just wanted to touch on that. All right. Bring some edification, warn the sheep. All right, because these devils are about to make their move. So this has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.